Oscar winner Natalie Portman stars in the highly anticipated new movie Jackie. It focuses on the days following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, a time when his wife was protecting both her husband's legacy and her own.
Mr. Valenti, would you mind getting a message to all our funeral guests when they land?
Of course.
Inform them that I will walk with Jack tomorrow, alone if necessary. And tell General de Gaulle that if he wishes to ride in an armored car or in a tank for that matter, I won't blame him. And I'm sure the tens of millions of people watching won't either.
Why are you doing this, Mrs. Kennedy?
Oh, I'm just doing my job.
Natalie Portman, welcome back. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
We love this movie. We all went to see it. We loved it. I just want to know, before I get to the specifics of it, what was it like when you were approached to play one of the most iconic women of the 20th century?
Yeah, I was terrified because everyone knows what she looks like, and particularly, and what she sounded like, probably more how she looked even than she sounded, but and I don't particularly look like her apart from coloring, and you know, I've never thought of myself as a sort of mimic or anything, so it was scary.
So what came first? What did you tackle first? Did you tackle the accent and the way she spoke? Did you tackle the look? Did you look in a mirror? How do you go about it?
Well, it all kind of came together quickly. I mean, it had been sort of gestating for a long time, but then when it happened, it just happened. So I started doing everything together. We did the hair and makeup and costume tests, worked on the accent and the dialect and the voice, and also was just reading everything I could find.
To get the accent, was there a word? I mean, you had a lot of tapes you could go back and look at. There was that television tour that she gave of the White House back in 1962. Was there a word and the way she said it that helped you grasp the accent?
Well, there was one sentence in the White House tour that my dialect coach, Tanya Blumstein, and I would always laugh about, because she would say, she says, "I rather love this hall." And it's like, she says rather, like very British, but then hall is like super Long Island, where I'm from. And like, it's just such a funny combination.
So many movies, so many books, so many articles have been written about Jackie Kennedy through the course of her public experience. But this movie focuses on 7 days, really.
Yeah.
Immediately following the assassination of JFK, and one of the things that struck me is that for a large part of the movie you are wearing the wardrobe. You are wearing the outfit, not the real one obviously, but the outfit that she wore in Dallas that day, the blood-soaked outfit. What does that do to you as an actress in terms of staying in the character?
Well, I think it was really smart of Noah Oppenheimer, writer, to focus the film on these days just after the assassination, because it sort of gives you a microcosm of who she was as a person, to see her in this incredibly pressured situation, and to see that at that moment that her husband is killed in her lap, and how terrifying and awful and traumatic that is. And she had the presence of mind to say, I'm going to stay in this dress because my image is important right now. It's important for people to see what this looks like. And so they were offering to take off this bloody dress, bloody suit. And she said, no, everyone should see what this is.
I talked to Noah about the movie, and one thing surprised me, and I almost challenged him on it. I had always thought that the image of Camelot had been cemented long before the assassination of JFK, and what we learn in this movie, and I'm assuming it sticks close to the facts, he tells me it does, is that really she's the one who cemented that image in those 7 days.
And not only did she cement it, but she came up with the term itself, which is so wild, to name yourself sort of as the queen and king of this nation that is, you know, not a royal government, not a monarchy. So she was the one who came up with Camelot, and it endured, and that's part of what the film's about.
Well, the good news is that coming out of your performance, there is talk of another Oscar. You've been down that road before. You know about expectations, your own and others. How do you keep everything in perspective?
Well, it's so flattering. It's such a nice response that people are moved by the movie, and of course, when you make a movie, all you want is for people to connect to it. So it's exciting that people are moved and reacting well.
A lot of attention will be paid to you at the beginning of the year. And by the
you.
way, I mentioned you are pregnant.
Yes,
You are
we're
expecting.
In spring.
In spring.
Yes.
And you do have tiny feet. Can I just say that? You know,
Well,
no offense to Savannah.
That doesn't mean they're not swollen. It's not it's not mutually exclusive.
Well, it's always good to see you.
You too.
Congratulations. You're incredible in this movie.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. And Jackie opens in select cities on Friday.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.